Welcome back to the MXGP in the Netherlands in Arnhem, the final race of the day, MXGP Race 2. 30 minutes plus 2 laps. The first one was an absolute corker, an absolute belter even, as Lucas Coenen fought his way through from problems on the opening lap to record a sensational second place. We will see the highlights in a few moments' time, just in case you were elsewhere. But this racetrack here at Arnhem, the third straight year we've been here now, really is proving to be a challenge. It's a test. We're in Holland. It's bumpy. It's horrendously rough and challenging mentally, physically. The only good news is, yeah, the sun is out, but it's only hovering about 18 or 19 degrees. A couple of years ago when we came here, it was blisteringly hot and the riders knew it. They felt it as well. We're getting ready to go again for this final race of the day. You can hear the MXGP riders out on their sighting lap here. 142nd Grand Prix to be held in the Netherlands, can you believe? Jeffrey Herlings with 15 victories, Tony Cairoli, Stefan Everts, all with 10 apiece. Eric de Boer's a 4-time winner, along with Marnik Bervoets. Jorge Prado, a 3-time winner in the sand. Roman Febvre, Tim Geiser with 2 wins each. Lucas Coenen, your MX2 winner in 2024. Can he get his hands on the top step and the Dutch trophy here in 2025 in the Premier class? We are about to find out. A few Tim Geiser fans in the house. The atmosphere has been sensational. It's been electric. We're going to get more of the same, I believe, in this second race. Of course we are, because we've got Jeffrey Herlings, Glenn Coenen, Brian Bogers. The Dutch riders going to be well catered for in terms of fan support. Lucas Coenen with his fans from over the border in Belgium, just a stone's throw away from here. The racetrack here just above sea level. Deep, heavy sand, just under 1,700 meters long, just over a mile. And it really is a challenge. As we said, you'll see how bumpy it was for race 1. We've just had MX2 race 2, and you see how bumpy that was if you were with us earlier. But here's what happened in race 1. Glenn Coenen from a few gates over, he swept across everybody to grab the foxhole shot for the 6th time this year, gifting the second rider to go down, top right corner of your screen. He eventually carved his way through the order, but it was Coenen who led. Herlings was second, Febvre third. Coenen went down at the first turn, and he would fight his way from outside of the top 25 or 6 in a field that it was 38 riders strong. Herlings got the better of Coenen on the opening lap, down the back straight. Geiser was there in 3rd, Febvre in 4th. And just behind them, Bonacorsi. And then as the race moved on, Febvre finding his way past Tim Geiser to move into 3rd. Bonacorsi eyeing up the Slovenian as well. He moved through a couple of laps later, 4 laps later, in fact, on lap 12, to move into 4th place. All the while, they were being closed in on by Lucas Coenen. Coenen found his way past Geiser as well to move into 5th on lap 13. He then went after Bonacorsi down the back straight. By now, he'd got Roman Febvre locked there firmly in his sights. Febvre decided then to get a bit of a hurry on. He charged down past Coenen to move into 2nd with 3 laps to go. Not hanging around, Coenen knew he couldn't afford to lose points and quickly passed Coenen and Febvre in quick succession. Herlings, though, was victorious for the 4th time this year on his Red Bull KTM from Lucas Coenen and Roman Febvre. Coenen and Bonacorsi were your top 5. And that's how it finished here in Arnhem. Roman Febvre now 40 points clear of Lucas Coenen. It was 41 at the start of the weekend, so irrespective of what happened in the qualifying race, that's where we're at, 40 points between 1st and 2nd. Lisa Leyland was down on the grid a few moments ago. She caught up with Calvin Belandren, who was 12th in race 1, and Kevin Brumman, who was 9th. Where did that performance come from, Kevin? Let's find out.
Okay, we're almost ready for the final race of the day, MXGP Race 2, but let's grab a few words with Kevin Brumman, mainly, Kevin, because P9 in that first race, that was actually a career best race result in the GPs for you.
Yeah, it was amazing. I just had a good start, was lucky, didn't get in the crash involved, and then just tried to focus, just tried to push at the beginning and just tried to do my own race, and that's basically it.
I mean, this Arnhem track isn't typically a sand track, is it? Well, it's a typical sand track, but not a Swiss track. How would you describe it?
To be honest, I love the sand more than the hardpack. Yeah, I just like sand. It's just like already a mental thing, and Arnhem is a nice track. The layout, what they did and what they changed is amazing. The fans are amazing, and it's just incredible to ride here.
Okay, well, best of luck for this final race. Thank you. Let's grab a few words with Monster Energy Yamaha Factory MXGP rider Calvin Vlaanderen. Calvin, P12 in that first race, you got caught up at the start with many other riders as well. That was a tough one, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's been a tough weekend, to be fair. I had a big crash yesterday in pre-practice, and it's kind of put me back a bit. I felt a bit better in the race, but obviously that start crash didn't help, and I was way back. I had another tip over when I was coming through, so I was just far back. But overall, I'm feeling okay and just trying to end the weekend off strong now.
I mean, is this a kind of track that you feel comfortable in, or is it just like you kind of lost your flow a little bit because of what's happened?
Honestly, it's not my favorite track in the Netherlands. It's quite a hard base, and I prefer like a more deeper sand. But it's what it is, and I'm trying to just do my best, and we'll see what we end up.
And just finally, can you hear the fans at your home GP? Do they make a difference feeding off that energy?
For sure. It's so cool to see Kai win in front of the home crowd. I'm really happy for him. He deserves it. He rode awesome. Also Camden, my good friend, finished second. Also a really strong race. So the Dutch fans are really, you can hear them when you're riding, and that's really motivating. So I'm going to try give them a show now.
Thank you. Okay, best of luck there to Calvin Vlaanderen and all the guys for the final race of the day, MXGP Race 2.
I have no idea what he was talking about there at all. You'll have to watch it to see what happened in MX2. Here's where we are then, MXGP of the Netherlands in Arnhem, round 17 of 20. We get a week off, then we've got 3 in a row. Turkey, China, Australia, week off, and then the nations. The Monster Energy FIA Motocross Nations in the USA. Coming in thick and fast now. Blink and you miss it. Roll on the end of the season in fine style, that's all I can say. Well, we've definitely got a bit of a championship battle on in both categories, haven't we? Be interesting to see how it plays out today in race 2 in MXGP. Romain Febvre deep in thought ahead of this second MXGP race. Here's how the championship looks. Remember, it was 41 points heading into the qualifying race on Saturday. It's now 40 heading into race 2 between Romain Febvre and Lucas Coenen. Coenen off there third. He's 88 clear of Ruben Fernandez, who is 22 clear now of Calvin Vlaanderen. Jeffrey Herlings lining up on pole for the 3rd time this year. Coenen will go next to him, then Febvre, Coenen, Geiser, Bonacorsi, Bogus, the rest of the riders. As you can see, 38 riders lining up in MXGP this weekend. Romain Febvre had a golden opportunity to pull more points clear of Lucas Coenen in race 1 when he was down on the deck and Febvre was sitting pretty in 4th place. But the pace and the relentlessness of Lucas Coenen on the number 96 Red Bull KTM was there for all to see. He still believes he can be world champion. He passed Romain Febvre with a lap to go for 2nd place. Febvre ended up 3rd. The gap is still pretty seismic, 40 points. But as we've seen over the years, a 40-point gap can disappear. As we've seen in MX2 fairly recently, a gap of that size can also be whittled down very, very quickly. Herlings, Coenen, gate 2, Febvre 3, Geiser, Lucas Coenen, Bonacorsi, Bogus. Green flag at the back. Green flag down here, Mr. Ingo Parks, the FIM race director. Signals for the fly race in 15-second board to go up for the final time this weekend. Who will stand on the top step of the podium here at Arnhem in the Netherlands? Who will win the battle? Jeffrey Herlings looking for his 16th Dutch success on home soil. Gates drop. Oh, bar bang in action, and Coenen getting caught. Herlings didn't look like he made a good drop, and Brumman down on the outside. The rider who finished, 9th in the first race. Coenen leading the way, but just as we saw in race 1, he and Herlings battling for the lead. Herlings quickly by turn 3. Coenen may have got the foxhole shot, but it's Herlings in front at the first time of asking. Febvre in 3rd, Bogas 4th, Bonacorsi 5, Geiser, Hirt, Jonas, Fernandez, Renault. Coenen in 15th place. Better than it was in race 1 at least. But not what he wanted, getting tagged. Coming out of the gate, 1/3 of the way down the start straight, banging bars with somebody. Febvre hanging on to 3rd at the moment. In the background, just wondering whether the team have fired a rocket up his backside just to make sure that what happened in race 1 doesn't happen in race 2. Doesn't want to give any kind of incentive to Lucas Coenen. There is Coenen outside now, losing a position on the way out of that turn. As Herlings comes back in the opposite direction. Herlings complimenting what Coenen did in the first race, said he was fast, and also that he'd only been back on the bike for 3 weeks, so not to expect too much, trying to save some energy. Well, Herlings might need every ounce of that energy in this second race. Coenen here in 2nd, Febvre 3rd, Geiser in 4th, Bogas 5th on the 189. In fact, he's just been passed by his teammate, Bonacorsi. Bonacorsi now in 5th place. Then we got Jonas there, just behind the Yamaha of Jago Hirt. Hirt's on the jump now. Haven't seen too much of the number 93, who finished 17th in race 1. Herlings out of sight. 3 seconds clear, a 1:45.026 on that opening lap. That is already going to be the fastest lap, the Acerbis fastest lap of the weekend. May even get quicker, but that fast lap will come in race 2 in MXGP. Coenen, 15th. Romain Febvre doing what he did in race 1, just trying to keep it on 2 wheels, stay out of trouble. As he keeps Coenen in his line of sight. Tim Geiser and Andrea Bonacorsi. Bonacorsi was fantastic in race 1. He was 5th. It's only a couple of points off the podium, really, or he could be. Oh! Febvre quickly has to get back on 2 wheels. Gain back on. There's Coenen. Coenen will look up, then Watson goes by. Febvre down to 10th place. In the blink of an eye, it all changes. And look at the urgency from Coenen through the waves as he finds his way past Max Spies. Through the inside. Talk about a stroke of luck that Coenen needed when he got one right there. This place has just come alive once again. And so too is this championship battle. Whoa, there's going to be some harassing here, isn't there? Febvre looked nervously over his shoulder as the young pretender gets close. Going to force him down the inside. Thinks better of it. Switches back to the inside here. Heart in the mouth moment for Febvre. Doing everything right until he ended up upside down in the corner. Just folded the front. So Herlings leads, Coenen 2nd, Geiser out to 3rd, Bonacorsi 4, Bogas, Hirt, Fernandez 7, Jonas 8, Watson 9, Febvre 10. Febvre finding his way past Watson. Febvre now up in the 9th place. Watson getting his elbows out on Coenen here. KTM rider going to have to go the long way round here. Does make the pass on the Brit. So Febvre now up into 9th, Coenen 10th. Jonas just ahead. We've got waved yellows here at the end of the straight. Brumman. So Brumman down at the first turn, down coming through turn 14. Hopefully he's okay. Meanwhile, the battle we're all fixated on right now is right at the top end of the championship as Romain Febvre and Lucas Coenen 9th and 10th. Coenen with a poor start, Febvre with a great start, and then thrown away from 3rd. Jonas going wide, allows his teammate to go by. Febvre now up into 8th place. Oh, Coenen ran the outside of Jonas as well, and going after the number 3 Frenchman. Going to get alongside him here. Drag race down the back straight. Coenen a little bit loose than he wanted to be. Loose as Coenen is back. He won't care, he just wants to get his head down, get as far up the order as he can. Febvre a little bit rattled here at the moment. Coenen now 8, Febvre 9. Herlings, not a care in the world, 4 seconds clear. But Jeffrey Herlings looking at a 1-1 here. Back-to-back wins is on the cards for him at home at Arnhem. Win number 16 on home soil is his to throw away now. Tim Geiser, second in the race. He's eyeing up 3rd overall in the Grand Prix. Koldenoff is eyeing up 2nd step of the podium. Bonacorsi going to be about 3 points shy as it stands right now, so he's got some work to do if he's to get himself on the podium with his teammate. Here is Glenn Koldenoff. "22 minutes to go. Lucas Coenen has put 3 seconds between himself and Romain Febvre. He's going after Ruben Fernandez for that 7th place. Fernandez was 15th in race 1. Lost a lot of ground to Glenn Koldenoff in their battle for 3rd in the championship. After Koldenoff came home in 4th. Coenen down the inside. And 96 now up into 7th place. What kind of response are we going to get from Romain Febvre? Flags flying there for Jago Kiets and Coenen. The 2 Belgian riders going through. Febvre's going to have to dig deep here. He's not going to finish on the podium. 6th overall at the moment. That'll be his worst score of the season, and it will bring his fantastic podium run of 14 in a row to an end. Just ahead of Romain Febvre here. Oh, he loses his visor there. This is when he fell, look. He was in 3rd place, chasing, just pushed it in too hard, too deep, folds the front, surfs his way down, quickly tries to get back on his feet, look. Romain Febvre now in 9th place. Meanwhile, at the head of the field, we've got Koldenoff in 3rd, Bonacorsi 4, Bogas in 5th. The 3 Fantics, line astern, 3rd, 4th, 5th place. What a great start to race 2 that is. And how cool would it be to see them finish in those kind of positions? Great for the Dutch-based team here on home soil. Coenen finding his way past Jago Kiets. He moves up into 6th place. Next rider in the line of sight for Lucas Coenen is Brian Bogas. So you sense the Fantic freight train is going to come to a bit of a stutter here, because Coenen on the KTM, desperate to find his way towards the front, to pull back some vital points on Romain Febvre. Febvre in ninth at the moment. There's your podium as it stands right now, look. Coenen needs another point, another pass to find his way onto the podium at the expense of Tim Geiser. Those two tied on 37 points at the minute. But as it stands right now, Lucas Coenen, even though he is in 6th and Febvre in 9th, only 1 point increments. So the gap between 6, 7, 8, 9, just 1 point each place. So it's not a massive amount. He needs double numbers, double digits points. Finds his way past Bogas here towards the end of the lap. Now up in the 5th place, Coenen. So Coenen now 5, Bogas 6, he at 7, Fernandez 8, Febvre in 9th place. Febvre about 6.5 seconds behind at the moment. Points gap coming back down, but not enough at this stage of the race. One thing Coenen does have on his side is time. 18 minutes plus 2 laps. What we don't know is how much he has in his pocket, fitness-wise. Febvre still trying to find his way past Ruben Fernandez. Looks like he's settled himself down again, Romain Febvre. He's on 32 points as it stands right now. He would be desperate to take another podium here, keep that streak alive. More crucially, he wants to keep a healthy advantage over Lucas Coenen as we head to Turkey. Well, I'll tell you what, that was a pretty hefty jump there, wasn't it? Almost came into land on the rear wheel of Ruben Fernandez there, unless it was camera trickery. Iron up the outside. You have to go a long way round there though, don't you? But you do pull it back, because you're not spinning up on the exit. Jump the bumps is the message. Febvre down the inside of Fernandez. Picks him off, takes 8th place. Febvre down the inside. Made it look easy in the end. Needs to finish as close to Lucas Coenen as he can to minimise the deficit. Because as it stands right now, with 3 rounds to go after this, both title chases in MX2 and MXGP, far from decided. In fact, you could say they're undecided. Nothing undecided about this, though. Jeffrey Herlings doing enough to stay ahead of Tim Geiser at the moment. Can he do enough to stay there to make it a double race victory? Coenen chucking it in to turn 15. It's almost like he forgot to brake. Mixed conditions here as well. The sun not as bright as it was yesterday, in and out of the clouds. But still problematic when you're coming back this way, when the sun is in their eyes. Jump faces have been fixed though. Coenen closing in on Bonacorsi. This would be for 4th place. back end into turn 7. Bonacorsi, traffic ahead of him in the form of Glenn Coldenoff, who he wants to try and desperately find his way past his teammate, because Coenen is coming in thick and fast. Round the outside, down the inside, he'll get the momentum here. Can't quite find his way past the Italian, who's hanging on to that 4th place at the moment from the Belgian on that 96 Red Bull KTM. That Marcus need to stay out of the way here. Tell you what, FMX guy, well dressed for the part, isn't he? Into the waves. Oh, look at that. Ruthless through the rhythm section. Coenen blessed by Bonacorsi. And into that 4th place. Next man on his list. And his shopping list is the 259 of Coldenoff. Where's Febvre? He's still 5.5 seconds behind Jargo Kietz at the moment in 8th place. Glenn Coldenoff. Get the riders over the line here. Herlings, Geiser, Coldenoff 3rd, Coenen all over the back of him in 4th place. Points as it stands right now. Coenen's going to be 2nd overall on 40. Glenn Coldenoff on 38. Geiser on 37. Coldenoff will be off the podium if Coenen finds his way past. And he does at the end of the straight. The only thing that's going to help Coldenoff get back on the podium at home is Coenen going after Geiser. Looks across. That was the move. In and out of the turn early into the waves. Coenen making his move on Bonacorsi to take that 4th place. Opening up a gap over Coldenoff now, Lucas Coenen. Your overall winner here a year ago in MX2. He's got 12 minutes plus 2 laps. He's only 9.7 seconds down on Jeffrey Herlings. He caught him in the final stage of the race as well, didn't he? And Herlings said, I might need some of that fitness in the tank if I'm to beat the young kid in race 2. Well, he might indeed. Lisa Leyland's getting ready to talk to Davide Carli down at Red Bull KTM Factory Racing. Let's hear what they have to say. Lucas Coenen on fire, though, again in the 2nd race.
Davide Carli, Lucas Coenen hasn't had the best couple of weeks, but not the best starts either. But at the moment, he's doing everything he needs to do.
Yeah, he's doing his maximum. You know, yesterday he wasn't able to make good passes. First moto was unreal. Now also, unfortunately, the start wasn't good. But he's making so many nice passes and incredible speed.
Best of luck to the team. Thank you, Davide.
Lucas Coenen on lap 11. He's 4.4 seconds behind Tim Geiser. Coenen's lap time last time around, 1:47.061. Geiser at 49.47. Here is Geiser, and there is Coenen closing in thick and fast. The gap between them was 3.9 when they hit sector 1, which was on the face of the jump to their right, to their left now, going in the opposite direction. Sector 2 is the jump in the background, heading back through the infield, a couple of corners from now, where Geiser is heading for. Oh, folds the front, heart in the mouth moment there, surely. The gap 4 seconds. 9.7 off the lead. Is the number 96. This is an absolute performance again, isn't it? From the young 18-year-old. Has a dip in the turn. Oh, there, over the front. Had to use all his upper body to save that one. Outside line is nice. The danger is you come in too hot, too fast. You could easily launch it into the fence. Here's Febvre. still in 8th place, 4 seconds down on Jago Kietz. The monster and his Yamaha rider. The lead monster and his Yamaha rider, actually, he's in 7th. Maxime Renault in 11th, Calvin Villana in 14th. Eleven laps complete for Febvre. Been a real seesaw, hasn't it, between him and Coenen in recent weeks. $33 points the gap between them at the top of the championship at the moment. Of course, that will change if Coenen finds his way under the rear wheel of Geiser. Easier said than done, of course. Still lapping quicker than the 5-time champ, Geiser. The roar for Jeffrey Herlings. Eyeing up his 210th race win. And Grand Prix victory, number 110. His 16th on home soil in the Netherlands. Phenomenal record for the Bullet. Geiser just getting held up momentarily there by a back marker. Coenen has got the gap down to 2.2 seconds. He'll pop up into view. There he is, 3rd rider in shot. Koldenoff 4th, Bonacorsi 5, Bogus, Kietz, Febvre, Fernandez and Jonas Year top 10. Watson, another good ride in 13th place. It's going to be 10th overall in the general classification. Koldenoff still off the box, look, for the 2nd year running at this Grand Prix. Tim Geiser being caught now by Lucas Coenen. That gap down to nothing. Coenen looking to go around the outside. Not the easiest place to come to for your 2nd race back for Tim Geiser. Missing 9 races after shoulder surgery. Making a pretty good fist of it, though. Going to be 3rd overall. Oh, takes a look over his shoulder. Wheel to wheel, the Slovenian and the Belgian through the waves. Coenen, the momentum on his side. Looks to go around the outside and cut back mid-turn here. Couldn't get across the berm, though, until late on. Going to rail the outside here. He'll lose a little bit going in mid-turn. Back marker in his line of sight. Cost him a bit of time. Gilbert, the rider there, getting lapped, I think. 23rd place, Josh Gilbert. Geiser not making it easy for his buddy at the moment. These two riders separated by 3/4 of a second or thereabouts. Oh, he doesn't get good drive coming out of turn 5. And Coenen finds his way past. Geiser was just spinning up through those waves. Coenen moves into 2nd. Right, the big question, can he do anything about Jeffrey Herlings? Herlings was a 1:49.085 last time around. Coenen was a 1:48.5, half a second quicker. If he does find his way onto the rear wheel, he will, and make the pass, he will win the overall Grand Prix. This one, though, personal pride for Jeffrey Herlings. Wanting to win at home, of course. 2 Grand Prix victories under his belt only this year for the Bullet. Got a 2nd overall in Sweden. And I'm sure Herlings knows exactly what's going on. Keep an eye on the split. 6.6 it was at the last intermediate. But look at the pace. Phenomenal ride again from Coenen. Red Bull KTM's 1 and 2. Herlings and Coenen just as they were in race 1. Herlings, a 4-time race winner this year with his victory in that first race, looking to make it 5. Looking to make it 210 career race wins since his first victory as a 15-year-old in 2010. "14 laps complete for Herlings. Coenen over the line, the gap just over 6 seconds. It was 6.4 actually as he hits the line. Both Herlings and Coenen rapid around here. That's been the only falter so far. That little mistake in the middle of the turn. The gap was 6.4. Does it cost him some time? Does it go 5 point something? As Coenen hits the jump in the background. Yeah, 5.5. 29.9 in sector 1, 29.08 for Coenen. 3.5 minutes plus 2 laps to go. Herlings still cannot afford to relax or switch off. If he does, the relentless Coenen will be on his rear wheel in no time. Lighting up the back end through here. Back marker looks over his shoulder, sees Coenen breathing down his neck as Herlings charges through turn 14. Wheel is up and over the Dragon's back. Three minutes to go. Race 1 was a 19-lapper. Back markers ahead of Herlings as he starts lap 16. Gifting, one of those guys getting lapped here. Hasn't been the best Grand Prix for the JK Yamaha this weekend. One he'd rather forget. The gap though between first and second now down to 4.7 seconds. Oh, squeaky bum time again, messes up in this turn. And here is Coenen. He is riding like a freight train at the moment. The orange carrot that is the Red Bull KTM of number 84, Jeffrey Herlings, looming larger every time he emerges out of a corner and over a jump. That 84 gets more and more visible. Is there going to be an upset here? Poker faces all round down in both KTM corners. Whose heart is pumping the most? Herlings, knowing that he's getting caught by Coenen and could lose the overall Grand Prix, or Coenen's knowing that the overall Grand Prix is on offer if he can just keep whittling this gap down. It's less than 3 seconds now with 3 laps to go. They are going to be a very long 3 laps as well. Look, the first nervous look over the shoulder from Herlings. He knows he's going to have company to deal with sooner rather than later. Ah, traffic all over the place. Got to deal with it quickly. Guadagnini goes to the inside. Herlings has no choice, and he's going to get held up here. The gap 2.8 as they hit the line at the end of lap 16. Yeah, super slow-mo is great, but I want to see the gap between Herlings and Coenen. Oh, it's right there. Fans on both sides of the border. Coenen is about to do the unthinkable, surely. Unless Herlings can regroup. We had a fantastic Grand Prix in Sweden 1 week ago. A double delight here in Holland for round 17. Herlings, the normal self-proclaimed king of sand, under pressure from the rookie in the class. Looked like that was Watson having a bit of a detour. Or maybe even Tom Cock, one of them. You cannot take your eye off this. The fans have been absolutely fantastic. Back markers again, just where Herlings doesn't need it. Or Coenen, it's Spees in the way. Got no idea that Coenen is right there. Bit of respite for Herlings. We are getting ready to enter the penultimate lap. A lot on the line here. Herlings potentially for his 110th Grand Prix victory. Coenen to win the overall Grand Prix, bag another 3 points. Crucial points in his fight for the World Championship. Anywhere else, she might suggest there'd be some team orders here. But you're not going to deny Herlings' victory on home soil, are you? Unless you're Lucas Coenen and you railroad your way through. Bit more airtime there than he needed. Again, closing in on the bullet, makes a slight mistake there, rectifies it well somehow. Oh! That's a dodgy moment at the end of the straight. Came in, wasn't sure if he was going to jump the double or jump short. In the end, he was midway through, just absolutely face planted and took off. Again, kept it on 2 wheels. The atmosphere electric here. Watch this. Oh, he just grabbed it too much in the bottom there, didn't he? Picked up the front end. He's either going to win it or bin it, isn't he? Coenen. Fascinating contest between these two as we near the end of lap 18 and head into the final lap. Rails that favoured outside line again. Herlings giving absolutely everything he can give. Coenen giving 1% more. Into the final lap we go. Who is going to win this duel? Is it going to be Herlings on home soil or Coenen? He's been quick through this part of the racetrack all weekend long. Fans on their feet for Herlings. Coenen, is he going to make a daring lunge at the end of the straight into turn 7? Oh, Herlings getting hung up on a couple of braking bumps there. He goes defensive to the inside. Coenen opts for the rail around the outside. Doesn't work for him yet. Oh, almost out the front door as well. Big panic rev as he hit an edge over that little single. I don't think I've seen Herlings have to dig this deep on home turf for a very, very long time. Definitely being put to the test. A mistake there mid-corner for the 84, cost him another couple of tenths. Through the waves for the final time. A handful of corners to go. Oh, again, 2 stabs at the corner for Herlings. Through turn 15, down the start straight for the final time. Coenen looking to get the run on the bullet, who slides through turn 1. The gap was 8 tenths at the last split. 2 corners to go. Back marker needs to be vigilant. Herlings is going to round out the final turn. He goes 1-1. He's going to win at home. Back-to-back wins in Arnhem. The fans euphoric. He blows the roof off of this place here at Arnhem. Grand Prix victory, number 110 in the books for Jeffrey Herlings. Oh, and you can see what it means to him as well. He's barely got an ounce of breath left in him. Ludwig the Lion there, chasing him down through the paddock. All he wants to do is go and grab a quick word with Lisa and get a wash off and a bit of liquid refreshment. Coenen, second, gains the advantage on Roman Febvre, who's still on track in 8th place. Herlings, Coenen, Geiser, Koldenhoff, Bonacorsi, Bogus, Kiert and Febvre crossing the line in 8th place. He'll be disappointed with his performance. He won't be on the podium for a 15th consecutive Grand Prix. 5th overall equals his worst, in inverted commas, where he hasn't finished since round 2, Kozar, in the muddy Spain, where he was also 5th. But what an atmosphere, absolutely electric here. Herlings going 1-1 on home soil. Coenen going 2-2 and pushing the bullet all the way to the checkered flag. Koldenhoff does get on the podium. 3rd overall. Fantastic for the Hoff. Got to be happy for him. 2 4th place finishes. Finally gets on the podium here at Arnhem. And that was because Geiser found his way past Coenen. Coenen found his way past Geiser in the latter stages of the race, of course. Barely time to catch our breath. .31 points, the gap between Roman Febvre and Lucas Coenen. Not as big as it could have been. But Roman Febvre losing 10 points over the course of the weekend. Let's go down to Lisa Leyland. She is with Jeffrey Herlings, the Bullet. Grand Prix victory number 110. And back-to-back wins on home soil here in Arnhem. What a race that was.
Jeffrey Herlings, congratulations, a double race win victory. This one on home soil. You had to work very, very hard for that.
I did, man. I'm lucky it wasn't 2 laps more, because I was in the end, man. And I was really pushing hard. And Lucas came again from, I think, outside top 10, and he was unbelievable speed. I mean, I have to say, I think he was just faster than me today. But even I was running already a fast pace. But yeah, man, the kid is real. So yeah, very happy about my weekend. 1-1-1 and 1-1-1 today. So very pleased with that, and looking forward to the next one in Turkey in 2 weeks' time.
Thanks, Jeffrey.
Jeffrey Herlings taking the full bag of 60 points, winning the qualifying race on Saturday. 2 wins today. He was fastest in all of the sessions out on track this weekend. Fastest in free practice, time practice, qualifying race win, warm up this morning. Seals a deal with 2 race wins just from the supercharged Lucas Coenen. But Jeffrey Herlings, the main thing is, the record books will show 110 Grand Prix victories and 16 victories on home soil. And the fans out there loved every minute of it. Mama Valle there as well. Been with him every step of the way since he was 15, since he joined the Red Bull KTM program. Team coordinator. Herlings wins race 2 from Lucas Coenen. Tim Geiser 3rd. Glenn Koldenhoff enough to get on the podium. Bonacorsi and Bogas, the 3 Fantics, 4th, 5th and 6th. But it's going to be Koldenhoff on the podium at home. What a fantastic celebration that will be for Louis Vosters and the team. Geert 7, Febvre 8, Fernandez 9, and Pauls Jonas 10. We had Maxim Renault, Van Donnik, Verlanderen, Van der Moosdijk, Jürgen Matthias Talviku, Max Spies, Mattia Guadagnini, Ben Watson, Jeremy Seawer, and Isaac Gifting. Jeffrey Herlings with his 5th win of the season, his 210th career race win. 110 Grand Prix victories now for the Bullet. That is Jeffrey Herlings. This one coming at home in Arnhem, back-to-back wins on home soil. 16 now home Grand Prix victories for him. Edging out Lucas Coenen, 2nd overall, and Glenn Koldenhoff 3rd. 2 Dutches on the podium here in Arnhem, round 17. Febvre, his lead has been slashed to 31 between him and Lucas Coenen. It was 41 at the start of the weekend. This championship still looking like it's going to go all the way down to the wire in Australia. We can't wait for the next round in 2 weeks, of course, which is Turkey. But I'm afraid we're going to have to. We're going to have to all simmer down, get back to life in the normal way as we know it, and let it ramp up for the final 3 races in Afyon, Shanghai, and Australia in Darwin. .30 points difference between KTM and Kawasaki in the manufacturer standings. KTM still on top there as well. Honda third. So the foxhole shot then right at the start of the weekend. Right at the start of the race, I should say. Glenn Coldenoff. 2 black plates, 7 for the season now for the Hoff. Cash Van Hammond, 65cc Junior World Champion from last year, on hand to deliver the Hoff. Back-to-back black plates this weekend. Good on you, Cash.
We have a podium, dat is gelukt.
See Kyle Wolf up there in his PSV strip in the skybox. Third overall, Glenn Coldenoff, Fantic Factory MXGP, on the podium at home. After the disappointment of missing out last year, he bounces back with a podium here in 2025. 249 Grand Prix starts now for the Hoff. 38 visits to the podium. 19 as a third place finisher. Congratulations, Glenn Coldenoff and Fantic Factory Racing MXGP. Second overall, Lucas Coenen, Red Bull KTM Factory Racing. What a year he is having in this Premier class in his debut term. 28 podiums now. 10 as a second place finisher. A man who needs no introduction, Jeffrey Herlings, Red Bull KTM Factory Racing, finally gets to the 110 in the books. 310 top 3 race finishes as well with those 2 wins. 210 race victories, 156 podiums, 110 times a Grand Prix winner. And with Dirk Grubel and Jeffrey Herlings, those 2 celebrating 100 Grand Prix victories together. What a fantastic achievement, and great to have Dirk Grubel here with us this weekend. Their journey began in 2010, when Herlings was a 15-year-old. And it's not done yet, I'm sure. 3 more rounds to go. Jacques Verwaayen, Dutch motocross enduro legend, I believe that was there, as I was trying to pronounce the name. Glenn Coldenoff, third overall this weekend at the MXGP of the Netherlands here at Arnhem. The boss man there, a proud Dutchman as well, Louis Vosters. Another former Dutch Grand Prix winner, Gerrit Wolsink, hands the second place trophy to Lucas Coenen, Red Bull KTM Factory Racing, second overall. Jeffrey Herlings on the top step of the podium here, though. Back-to-back wins in Arnhem, 24 and 25. 110 Grand Prix victories in the books. This one was about personal pride, national pride for the Bullet. The boss man, Dick van Witselaar, the Arnhem motocross facility owner, just as he did 12 months ago. Big hug for Jeffrey Herlings, who he's known since he was a kid in these parts, supported him every step of the way. Absolutely perfect scenario for him to have the Bullet win the Dutch Grand Prix. Wim Mulder, the KNMV CEO, hands Dirk Grubel the team trophy. I'm sure the team will let him take that one home. 100 Grand Prix victories between him and Jeffrey Herlings apiece. Been with him every step of the way. Romain Febvre may have lost 10 points in the championship fight today, seeing his lead cut from 41 this weekend to 31. But he does still have a 31-point lead over Lucas Coenen. He'd rather be 31 clear than 31 behind with 3 to go, that's for sure. But I'm sure Romain Febvre will go back to the drawing board, come out swinging in Turkey 2 weeks from now, round 18. Romain Febvre still leads the World Championship as we leave the Netherlands for Turkey. Brace yourselves for a very, very raucous national anthem. Put your hat back on, Jeff. Been out of practice. National anthem of the Netherlands for Jeffrey Herlings. National anthem of Austria, winning manufacturer this weekend. KTM taking 40 of their 55 wins here in the Netherlands since 2004 in MX1, MXGP, MX2. The 56th Grand Prix victory in total for the Dutch Grand Prix at this 142nd running of the event. 9 in MXGP. Jeffrey Herlings picking up 110 Grand Prix now in his career. Take a look at what happened in race 2. The second MX2 race here at the MXGP of the Netherlands in Arnhem. Lucas Coenen banging bars on the exit of the gate immediately. Glenn Koldenoff with his second foxhole shot. Kevin Brumman, who was 9th in race 1, tipped out on the outside and would fall again on the opening lap. The Hoff led the way, but Herlings quick to get to the lead by the time we got to turn 3. Febvre was there in 3rd. Coenen in around about 10th or 12th position again. I think it was actually 15th on the opening lap, actually. Febvre, Geiser, Bogus, all hustling, and then changing the whole outlook of the race. Febvre falling from 3rd to 10th on the second lap. And as he picked himself up, Lucas Coenen was right there behind him. Coenen on a charge, found his way past Bonacorsi, and then Koldenoff obviously emerged past a million different people. But this one at the sharp end, every pass meant that he was getting that bit closer to Romain Febvre in the points. Found his way past Geiser to move into 2nd on lap 14. Couldn't do anything about Jeffrey Herlings, despite getting this close to him. Herlings won the race from Coenen, Geiser, Koldenoff, Bonacorsi. Febvre across the line in 8th. The overall Grand Prix for the 110th time in his career. Jeffrey Herlings going 1-1. Lucas Coenen 2nd, Koldenoff 3rd, Geiser 4th. Romain Febvre off the podium in 5th this weekend. And the gap now, 31 points between the top 2 as we head to round 18.
Jeffrey Herlings, congratulations, a double race win victory, this one on home soil. Race 1, you just rode your own race. Race 2, I mean, I don't think I've seen you dig that deep in a very long time. Yeah, I'm happy the first moto I could save some energy because the second one I really needed. After a few laps I had a quite nice gap. I was like, okay, we're all good. And then I started 96 coming in and he kept charging. So. But I remember when I was 18 in 2012 in Lierop, I could go 35+2 without even
you know, being tired at all. So he's at that point now in his career when he's 18, and I'm I'm on my way down. So I'm very pleased with the 1-1. Actually, the 1-1 over the weekend. So looking forward to Turkey, and heads off to Lucas. He did awesome race.
Okay. Thank you, Jeffrey. Second overall today we have Lucas Coenen. Wow, Lucas, perhaps not the best starts, but you just did everything you could, particularly in that second moto. I mean, maybe you just ran out of time there. How was it from your seat?
What I know is that the starts were really bad. Couldn't have been worse, because Moto 1 I crashed and came from last, second Moto same, so was really tough for me. I mean, I pushed from almost last every moto to the top. First moto, yeah, Jeffrey had a little gap, but second moto gave everything I had. But you know, only this close to pass him, so I mean, I want to beat him in the sand. You know, he's the best sand rider, they say, so I'm young, but I just want to beat him. I also cannot afford mistakes, and I need those points. So I mean, yeah, I tried my best, push all out there, but didn't have enough. But I mean, we need to figure out the starts, because that's getting a big problem at the moment. So we have still 1 week off. So if we nail the starts, then we can easily ride up front. But I mean, no, for next time in the sand, we need good start and then pass him.
Thank you, Lucas. Third overall today we have Glenn Coenen. Glenn, 2 good starts, 2 solid races, podium on home soil. You must be really pleased. How do you reflect on your weekend?
Yeah, it was a tough weekend, you know, and track was very demanding, but you know, 2 whole shots, also yesterday an whole shot, so my starts were on point this weekend, and that definitely helped me out during the motos. And you know, it's good to be on the podium. You know, I've been trying 2 years in a row and always ended up 4th overall, so finally the podium. Super happy. Thanks to the team, thanks to everybody who came out here, and we definitely enjoyed this one.
Thank you, Glenn.
Third overall for Glenn Coenen, Fantic Factory Racing MXGP. On his 249th appearance, he'll be lining up in Turkey for his 250th Grand Prix start. What way to go into round 18 with a podium at your home Grand Prix here in the Netherlands. 38 visits to the box now in his career, 19 as a 3rd place finisher. Good job, Glenn Coenen. Lucas Coenen, wow, what a performance he put in on his Red Bull KTM. Bad starts, first turn crashes, all kinds of stuff going on. 2 fantastic rides through the field to get second. He just missed out, as Jeffrey Herlings said. Not sure if he could have managed for another 1 or 2 laps, because he was done, he was spent. That's how hard Jeffrey Herlings had to dig to keep Lucas Coenen at bay. Coenen closing in to within 31 points of Romain Febvre. But Jeffrey Herlings back in the history books again. 110 Grand Prix victories, 210 race wins, 310 top 3 finishes. What a weekend in Arnhem for the Bullet. And what a weekend of racing we had here as well on round 17. Round 18 is up next. Of course, we take a weekend's break before we resume the MXGP of Turkey in Afyon. From me, Paul Malin, Lisa Lane and the rest of the team, the MXGP of Turkey is next on the 7th of September. We will see you then. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.